Hello and welcome to the Mayfers' Studio podcast, where we bring you the latest and most interesting topics from around the world. I'm your host, Abong Joe, and today we're going to talk about how the UK and Malaysia are advancing carbon capture technology. Carbon capture technology is a process of capturing carbon dioxide, CO2, from industrial sources and storing it underground or using it for other purposes. This technology can help reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate climate change. Both the UK and Malaysia have adopted carbon capture technology as a key solution to achieve their net zero emissions targets by 2050. However, there are some differences in their strategies and approaches, as well as some opportunities for collaboration and learning. Let's start with the UK's carbon capture strategy. The UK is one of the leading countries in developing and deploying carbon capture technology as it aims to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. The UK has published a net zero strategy and an industrial decarbonization strategy that outline how it will support carbon capture, utilization, and storage (CCUS) across the economy. The UK has also committed to invest £1 billion in a carbon capture and storage infrastructure fund and provide £240 million for a net zero hydrogen fund. Some examples of carbon capture technology from the UK are Tata Chemicals Europe's plant in Northwich, Cheshire, which is the UK's largest carbon capture plant and the first in the world to purify and liquefy CO2 as a raw material to make bicarbonate of soda. The plant opened in 2023 and will recycle 40,000 tons of waste CO2 each year, equivalent to 22,000 cars' emissions. The UK Carbon Capture Storage Research Centre, UKCCSRC, which is a network of academic researchers and industry partners that conducts research and innovation on CCUS. The center has received funding from the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, BEIS, to undertake a techno-economic analysis and review of next-generation carbon capture technology for industrial, waste and power sectors. The Acorn Project, which is a CCUS project that aims to capture CO2 from the St. Fergus gas terminal in Aberdeenshire and transport it via existing pipelines to be stored in depleted oil and gas fields under the North Sea. The project is expected to start operations in 2024 and could capture and store at least 5 million tons of CO2 per year by 2030. The UK is also collaborating with international partners and consumers on CCUS. The UK is a founding member of the Clean Energy Ministerial Carbon Capture, Utilization and Storage Initiative (CCUS initiative), which aims to accelerate the deployment of CCUS globally. The UK is also hosting the COP26 summit in Glasgow in November 2021, where it hopes to inspire other countries to commit to ambitious climate action. Now let's move on to Malaysia's carbon capture strategy. Malaysia has also set a vision to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050, and CCUS is one of the key solutions to support this aspiration. Malaysia has included CCUS as part of its National Energy Policy 2022-2040, which sets out the strategic direction for the energy sector. Malaysia has also established a National CCUS Council, which is responsible for coordinating and overseeing the implementation of CCUS projects. Some examples of carbon capture technology from Malaysia are the Kasawari Integrated Offshore High Contaminant Project, which is a CCS project off the coast of Sarawak. The project will capture and store CO2 from the high CO2 gas field and is expected to reduce CO2 emissions by 76 million metric tons over its lifetime. The project is planned to start operations by the end of 2025 and will be one of the largest CCS projects in the world. The collaboration with Mitsui O.S.K. Lines, MOL, on the transportation of liquefied CO2 as part of the CCUS value chain. The partnership will explore the feasibility and commercial viability of transporting liquefied CO2 by sea using specialized vessels and terminals. The liquefied CO2 can then be stored or used for various purposes, such as enhanced oil recovery or low-carbon products. The research and development of onshore processing plants to utilize and convert CO2 into valuable products, such as methanol, urea, dimethyl ether, and synthetic fuels. These products can be used as alternative fuels or feedstocks for various industries and can help reduce the dependence on fossil fuels. Malaysia's main partner in CCUS development is its national oil and gas company Petronas, which has a lot of experience and expertise in managing subsurface resources, such as oil and gas reservoirs, pipelines, and wells, which can be used for CCUS applications. Petronas has also collaborated with some foreign multinational corporations on CCUS projects. Finally, let's look at some opportunities for collaboration and learning between the UK and Malaysia. The UK and Malaysia have both recognized the importance and potential of CCUS as a climate solution, but they have different approaches and priorities based on their national circumstances and capabilities. There are some opportunities for collaboration and learning between the two countries, such as sharing best practices and lessons learned on CCUS policy, regulation, funding, and incentives, which can help create a conducive environment for CCUS development and deployment. Exchanging technical knowledge and expertise on CCUS technologies, such as capture methods, storage options, utilization pathways, and monitoring systems, which can help improve the performance and cost-effectiveness of CCUS projects. Developing joint research and innovation projects on CCUS, such as pilot and demonstration projects, feasibility studies, technology assessments, and market analyses, which can help advance the state-of-the-art of CCUS solutions. Promoting public awareness and engagement on CCUS, such as education campaigns, stakeholder consultations, social media platforms, and events, which can help increase the acceptance and support for CCUS among the general public and key decision makers. By collaborating and learning from each other, the UK and Malaysia can enhance their CCUS capabilities and contribute to the global fight against climate change and the transition to a net zero emissions future. That's all for today's episode of the My First Studio podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Abong Joe signing off.